It takes a village to raise a child. All children should have multiple adults present who help ensure that proper mental and physical development take place. A vital stage in that development is the completion of their education. The adults who aid the children in this process can include parents, teachers, mentors, counselors, and administrators. Oftentimes, however, children fail to complete their education and drop out of school. This can be due to, among other reasons, health problems, pregnancy, family problems, or lack of interest. In the case of many dropouts, support from the village is often absent, and there was no one to guide the child to keep him or her on the path of education when life got in the way.
Brittany Muse was a sophomore at Moore High School when her mother was diagnosed with cancer. Because of her mother's illness, Brittany could not complete her schoolwork. Her teachers told her that they would pass her if she made up her work. She was ready to begin her 12th grade year, but she was told she had not even passed the 10th grade.
My teachers all told me if I made up the work, they would go ahead and pass me if I passed my finals. And I was passed into 11th grade, passed all my 11th grade classes, went to start senior year, and they said, "You've never even passed 10th grade, what are you doing as a senior?" And then it was going to be another 2.5 years with day school and night school to graduate. So I said bye.
If Brittany and her teachers had been able to communicate with a better understanding of each other, they might have been able to solve the problem, but they didn't.
After getting her GED, Brittany is now a student at TCC and plans to join medical school.
I don't regret dropping out because I would have been there 2 more years, but it definitely is much smarter just to stay in and get the education and carry on with your life.
Scott, a former student at Hampton High School who thought that school was uninteresting and did not get along well with teachers, felt that he was wasting his time. Scott admits that going to his counselors would have been a good idea.
I could have gone to my guidance counselors, but I wasn't very fond of them either. There was a lot of help, I just didn't use it.
After dropping out, Scott found a job in construction and proceeded to get his GED.
A GED shows you made an effort, but a high school diploma is definitive. They know that you have some kind of knowledge.
Scott now works for an electric company, but admits it was very hard to find a good job without a high school diploma.
No one thinks you possess the skills that you would need in any job.
Jerome was in the 12th grade when he dropped out of high school to get a job so that he could support his younger brother.
I felt like it was something that I had to do at the time because I wanted him, if I couldn't finish, I wanted at least for him to finish. The urgency of the situation I was in and the job presenting itself at the time that I found me and my brother, the situation was, I just felt like it was better that I go ahead and do what I had to do to at least make sure that he could continue to get the education that I felt like maybe he needed.
Jerome didn't ask any of his teachers or counselors for help, and he realizes now if he had done so, they could have helped him.
Jerome now works at a shipyard as a mechanic, where he acts as a mentor to the younger people who are in situations similar to what he has experienced.
I coach. I try to lead other kids. I try to lead by example today. I try to talk to my kids. I go to plays. I go to anything I can go for the kids that I coach to keep them focused. I try to do anything that I can where kids don't fall in the situation that I fall in.
Ted Daughtry has 11 years of experience working as Granby High's principal. He is currently coming up with solutions to the dropout problem and trying to decrease the student dropout rate.
We constantly monitor students that we know are in danger of dropping out, and we are able to use our dedication database, which basically identifies potential dropouts when they come to us in the 9th grade.
For struggling seniors, counseling is provided.
Daughtry has proposed a number of possible solutions, and he has met with some measure of success. The dropout rate has decreased 8% in the past year. The graduation rate is now at 82% for 2012.
Daughtry's program addresses problems that Brittany, Scott, and Jerome have faced, By contacting the parents and the counselors of at-risk students, a support system can be set up that will help put the at-risk student on the right track.